Everyone give a warm round of applause for Tom Hamilton.
Thanks for the standing ovation in the back. I'll pretend it's not because you don't have a seat. So this is my very first time doing anything like this ever, so... So I asked if they would put a stool and some bottled water behind me, because I see that a lot on Comedy Central. I thought it might make it a little more legit, but I guess it was out of budget or something, so just pretend. So I was at the mall the other day, I was walking, and they had this old, classic oldies station on the speaker system. And this song came on, and it was this guy singing about a monster, and he was warning people to get away. And this is a real song, you can look it up. And he gets to the chorus, he says, "It's a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater." And immediately after he says that, the background singers say, "One eye!" And it made me think, if a monster was coming my way, and someone described it to me, and said it has one eye, has one horn, it flies, it's purple, and it eats people, my priority list would be a little different. I'd be concerned with the eating people part. The one eye would be pretty low, maybe down with it being purple. And I thought, well, I should give these guys the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they weren't saying one eye out of terror. Maybe they were saying one eye, like they devised the plan to get away from the monster using its lack of depth perception. But the amount of time between him finishing describing the monster and them saying one eye is just not enough for them in unison to come up with this plan. It was very unrealistic. I just didn't buy it. These are the type of people that most likely died from this monster. So in an effort to be truthful with you guys, I have a little confession to make. I have never, to this day, seen the movie Spy Kids. I know. And you can probably infer, I've actually never seen Spy Kids 2. What? But a couple weeks ago, I was flipping channels on Sunday, and I caught the last 30 minutes of Spy Kids 3. So I have a few questions for those of you that have seen the first two and most of Spy Kids 3. Why? That's it. Why? So I'm going to ruin a little bit of Spy Kids 3 for you if you haven't seen it. So there's these two spy kids. The movie's about spy kids. And they're stuck in this video game world. And they're trying to get out. I didn't see how they got in there, but they're trying to get out. They run into their grandpa, because why not? And they finally find the exit, and they're going to the exit, and the spy kid number 2, I'll say, turns to his grandpa and is like, "Come on, grandpa, let's go." And the grandpa's like, "No, I'm gonna stay here." And the kid's like, what are you, crazy? Like, this is the video game world. And the grandpa says, I'm not gonna come out unless you promise to look at me in the real world like you look at me in here. Turns out the grandpa's a paraplegic in the real world, and in the video game world, he's got working body. And so, two things are going on right here. One, that kid's a little jerk. Looking down on his grandpa because he's in a wheelchair. I mean, physically he's probably looking down on him. You should be making faces at your grandpa, like, respect your grandpa. And then the other is like, "Grandpa, you're really gonna stay in the video game world if this little kid doesn't promise to look at you differently?" Like, I just don't buy it. So, they get out of the video game world, and they forget to lock the magic door or whatever. And the parts of the video game world come into real life. And they are these giant robot monkey things. And the girl has these special glasses to see them, because to everyone else they're invisible, which I'm not going to explain the science of that to you. If you don't understand it, you're going to have to look that up on your own. But only people with these magical glasses on can see these giant robot monkeys. And so they call all their spy family, which apparently their entire family are spies, so I don't know why it's not called Spy Family. They all show up, and I think this is going to be interesting because only one of them can see these things. How are they going to fight them? Like, this is actually going to be really good. And then the girl pulls out like 10 of these magical glasses, and she just has them on her person, just in case giant robot invisible monkey things show up. And she starts tossing them to the family. They don't catch them. They just stand there, and the glasses fly onto their faces perfectly. It's so unrealistic. Like, that's where it lost me. I was done. So I won't tell whether they beat the monkeys or not. You're gonna have to watch the movie. But immediately after that, Terminator 3 comes on. I was like, who's the program director at this TV station? I thought it'd be great to go from Spy Kids 3 to Terminator 3. So I'd never seen Terminator 3 before, so I watched this, right? It's got the female Terminator. I know a lot of girls were like, yeah, female power. I mean, technically it's a robot, so go robot more than go girl, but that's fine. And this girl, I mean, if you see, like, the thing that I don't get about Terminator, all of them, the Terminators, they're like, okay, this guy, hopefully you've seen this because I'm going to ruin this one too. This guy is defeating the robots in the future, so the robots send someone back in time to kill the mother of the guy. That's a little extreme. I mean, it's called Terminator, but all you got to do is really just stop her from getting a little action. I mean, you don't have to kill her, right? Like, it should just be like time traveling cock block. But the amazing thing about Terminator 3 is that this girl is, I mean, she can run as fast as a car, she can morph into weapons with her body, but this, by far, the scariest thing about her, she only has one eye. Thanks so much.